Hey, this video is about sweep arpeggios. I'm not going to go into detail at all about anything. If you want the tabs for some arpeggios, I can go ahead. I have them on hand. Just request them from me and I'll email them to you. Right now I'm just going to start with just this basic little D minor arpeggio. My guitar is in E flat, so this is going to be a D flat arpeggio. I'm going to start on the D string, on the 12th fret. I'm going to be hitting the 15 on the same fret, but I'm going to be picking all of these notes that I'm playing. And then 14 on the G string, 15 on the B string, and then 13 and 17 on the last E string. And it's going to be a little bit like this. As you can see my right hand, I'm going upstroke, downstroke, 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 upstroke. And I'm leaving it there. Now if you'd like to go up and down, don't worry about that just yet. I'll save that for another video. But in the meantime, we're just going to take it nice and slow, and a good exercise for this one to get your left hand very dexterous. You know, just sit there, put this hand over, mute the strings so they don't make any noise, and then you're going to want to just hammer them all out. Just until they sound nice. Or you can expand the arpeggio to make it a little more difficult. And the idea of doing that is that your right hand isn't doing all the work, and if you stick it to clean, then you'll even get a harder workout to really find out if you sound really as good as you do on distortion. Because if you sound good on clean, well, you can sound good on distortion. It doesn't always work the other way. So we can do that other arpeggio, the expanded one, which is 12 on the A string up to 17 on the A string, and then the rest of it's the same, so it follows like. Now for my right hand technique, I've had a few people ask me, how do I mute the strings? I can sit in front of the amp and honestly crank it up and do these. It doesn't affect my sound. What I do is my right hand, the palm drags. Like when I do the sweep, my hand kind of lifts up right above the pinky, and my pick leads my hand just a little bit, so as I scrape across, I'll hit a string, but it'll immediately be muted as my hand glides up. If you notice when I do a sweep, my hand kind of moves with it. And then my left hand, the first finger usually drags, kind of like muting across the other strings. So when I'm hitting this note, none of the other strings are playable necessarily, so they can't really feed back. And then the other strings below are being muted by this hand. So I'm going, and there's one string resonating at a time. Other than that, the right hand is really important to keep steady. I notice a lot of people, when I try to teach them to do this, they'll jump over the string, like picking past it like you normally do. Be very slow and steady. If you watch my hand, we'll go up. We're making a very sufficient movement, just sufficient enough to get those notes out. So when you go quick, you won't be trying to do all these picks at a time. So we're all going in one direction, and that's about it.